really was thinking about another thought. I really had another thought. But as my mind settled on that, this thought came to me that we should go back to Genesis for a minute. Genesis says that God spoke and said, "Let us make man in our image, after our likeness." And so he created a male, Adam. And so now we know that males are made in the image of the heavenly being. God said, "Let us." So it's not just in the image or similar or after the pattern of God himself, but spirits and angels and whatever. And then he made woman. Woman is made in the image of man, right? Took the rib from Adam and so on and so forth. And so as we try to, or I thought on the similarities and the differences between us, male humans, and God, I'm looking at the things we have in common and then try to find the differences and the similarities, compared to, birds like creature, compared to, animals, compared to the water creatures, fishes, and etc., etc. The first thing I see is that, like God, man can create. We have a certain amount of intellect that give us the ability to learn, to gain knowledge, and to utilize that knowledge. Those are these are some of the godlike qualities. We have the ability to think, outside our box. You see birds, and you never see a bird trying to be a male bird trying to be a female bird. You don't see homosexuality in
half a mile.
Other things.
Turn left.
You see us human beings, because we have that ability. We are trying to change. We are able to change our environment. We are able to change so much about us. Those are some of the godlike qualities. Of course, we don't have it in the degree.
Turn left onto Breen Road.
We don't have it in the degree that God has it. Like everything about God is infinite, while we just have a little dab compared to infinity. We just have a little dab of everything. We have some strong dudes can lift some stuff, but we can't lift no mountains. Everything about us, although godlike, we still have it in limitation, while God is infinite with everything. We're so different from animals, and they stay in their box, in their God-created box or boxes, while we have the ability to come out of our box. And when we come out of our God-given box, for the most part, it's called sin, because we depart. We create our own way, and it's contrary to God's way. That's what sin is. And on an individual basis, we need to understand that our ability and capacity to do some things has consequences. We must understand as humans that God, who created us, Let us make man. Let us make man. God who made us has given us some accountability. It's not free, this life. Regardless of what your life may be, it might be, you might be living on top of the mountain, on top of the food chain. But we must understand that God who made us has given us some accountability, and whether you know it or not, you're going to be held accountable.
In 3.6 miles,
That you live.
turn right onto Fairbanks North Houston Road.
We're going to be held accountable. That this superiority that God has given, you know, God said, let us give them, let them have dominion over all other living things. That's the God-likeness that we have, this dominion. Just like God has dominion over us, He gave us dominion over the other living things that He created. But we must understand that we're accountable. He's going to hold us accountable. No matter how wretched your life might be, how bad it is, God is still going to hold us accountable for our behavior, because we are superior. God expects us to act God-like. You see, and we depart from that, man. That's where we mess up. Because God expects us, require us to act God-like, because He made us in His image. How are you living today? Are you living in the image of God? I mean, God had done everything. You know, when He saw that the human family was departing from that godlikeness, He sent Jesus to show us how to walk and talk and how to really behave in a godlike manner. And so at the end of the day, when we all stand before God at the judgment, we'll have no excuse, because God is going to say, hey, I did everything I could to make sure you knew how to walk, how to talk, how to behave, how to love your enemies, how to treat your neighbors. Yeah, because I sent my Son. I did all that was required. How are you walking and talking? Are you living that God-like? Are you living like, or should I say, are you living in the likeness, in the image and likeness of God? Bless up.